For years, Nikon has held a reputation for producing cameras that deliver exceptional image quality, particularly in the full-frame segment, and that legacy has shaped the expectations surrounding every new release the company announces. Among the most anticipated of these rumored releases is the Nikon Z7 III, a camera that has generated intense speculation and discussion among photographers, videographers, and hybrid content creators, who are eager to see how Nikon plans to push the boundaries of high-resolution, mirrorless technology. The Z7 series has always been positioned as Nikon's detail-focused line, catering to professionals who prioritize resolution, dynamic range, and image fidelity above all else. And the Z7 III appears poised to carry that philosophy forward while addressing some of the criticisms leveled at its predecessor. From whispers of a groundbreaking new sensor to hints of expanded video capabilities, smarter autofocus, and refined ergonomics, the Z7 III could become one of Nikon's most important mirrorless cameras in recent years, not only as a product in its own right, but as a signal of where the company intends to take its high-resolution lineup in the future. At the heart of the Nikon Z7 III is the sensor, the component that has always defined the identity of the Z7 series, and the primary reason many professionals choose it over faster, lower-resolution alternatives. Nikon has long built its reputation around outstanding image quality, color science, and dynamic range, and the Z7 III looks set to push that reputation even further. The most reliable leaks currently point toward a brand-new high-resolution full-frame sensor, likely landing somewhere in the 61 to 67 megapixel range, a significant step that would place the Z7 III directly in competition with cameras such as Sony's A7RV and other high-resolution rivals in the market. Such a move would firmly establish the Z7 III as a powerhouse for detail-oriented photography, appealing to users who demand maximum resolving power for landscapes, architecture, studio work, and commercial applications. There have also been more ambitious rumors suggesting that Nikon could experiment with a 90-megapixel variant, though this idea is widely regarded as speculative hype rather than a realistic expectation for this generation, especially given the challenges associated with processing, storage, and workflow at such extreme resolutions. Regardless of the exact megapixel count, what seems far more certain is Nikon's use of a backside illuminated BSI CMOS sensor, a design that is well known for its ability to capture more light, improve low-light performance, and preserve dynamic range even at higher ISO values. This sensor architecture is particularly appealing to professionals who work in diverse lighting environments and need consistent results, whether shooting at golden hour, in controlled studio conditions, or in challenging low-light scenes. Resolution in the Nikon Z7 III is not just about bragging rights or marketing numbers. It carries very real practical benefits that directly impact how photographers work. A sensor in the 60 to 67 megapixel range offers tremendous flexibility, making cropping a powerful creative and practical tool that allows photographers to reframe images in post-production without sacrificing critical detail. This is especially valuable for landscape photographers who may not always be able to physically reposition themselves for the perfect composition, as well as for wildlife and travel photographers who benefit from the ability to extract tighter compositions from a single frame. Large, gallery-quality prints also become far more achievable at this level of resolution, giving professionals confidence that their work can be displayed at the highest standards without visible degradation. For landscape shooters, this means being able to capture intricate details in foliage, textures in rock formations, subtle gradations in skis, and distant city skylines that remain crisp and coherent even when viewed up close. Studio and product photographers stand to gain just as much, particularly in high-end commercial work, where capturing every subtle nuance in materials, fabrics, and surfaces can make the difference between an average image and one that meets the demands of demanding clients. Another exciting possibility tied to the sensor is the rumored inclusion of pixel shift multi-shot technology, a feature that captures multiple images while subtly moving the sensor between exposures, and then combines them into a single image with even higher effective resolution, improved color accuracy, and reduced noise. If Nikon chooses to incorporate this technology into the Z7 III, it would send a strong message to the industry, placing the camera in direct competition with Sony's A7R line and other high-resolution champions, while reinforcing Nikon's commitment to ultimate image quality. Historically, the Z7 series has leaned more toward still photography than video, but the Nikon Z7 III appears to be taking hybrid shooting much more seriously than previous generations. Early leaks suggest support for 8K video recording at up to 30 frames per second and 4K recording at up to 60 frames per second, potentially with the added bonus of 10-bit internal recording and support for professional codecs such as ProRes RAW. These are features that have traditionally been reserved for more video-centric models, so their inclusion in the Z7 III could transform it into a genuinely versatile tool that appeals to both photographers and filmmakers who prefer a single camera solution. Some reports even hint at the possibility of 4K recording at 120 frames per second, unlocking ultra-slow motion capabilities that content creators increasingly value for cinematic storytelling, commercial projects, and creative experimentation. Alongside these video improvements, enhanced in-body image stabilization rated up to 8 stops could make handheld shooting significantly smoother and more reliable, reducing reliance on gimbals or tripods, and expanding the range of shooting scenarios in which the camera can be used effectively. Of course, pairing a high-resolution sensor with advanced video features presents technical challenges, chief among them being heat management during extended recording sessions. Shooting 8K video generates significant heat, and Nikon would need to integrate improved cooling solutions or intelligent thermal management to ensure reliability and prevent overheating. Still, for many users, the simple inclusion of professional-grade internal recording formats and improved video quality will matter more than headline-grabbing frame rates, particularly for those who shoot shorter clips or integrate video into primarily photographic workflows. For hybrid creators who straddle the line between photography and videography, the Z7 III could represent the all-in-one solution they have been waiting for, reducing the need to carry multiple specialized bodies. Autofocus has been another area of intense interest and scrutiny, especially given that one of the biggest criticisms of the Z7 II was its autofocus system. While the previous 493-point phase detection autofocus was competent and reliable for many scenarios, it lagged behind the class-leading systems offered by competitors such as Sony and Canon, particularly in subject tracking and recognition. The Nikon Z7 III is expected to retain a similar 493-point structure, but introduce significantly improved subject detection and tracking powered by more advanced AI algorithms. Nikon has already demonstrated impressive autofocus improvements with the Z8 and Z9, delivering reliable and intelligent tracking for people, animals, birds, and vehicles. And if these advancements trickle down into the Z7 III, users can reasonably expect faster, smarter, and more consistent focus performance across a wide range of shooting conditions. It is worth noting, however, that the Z7 III's primary audience includes landscape, studio, and fine art photographers who tend to prioritize accuracy, consistency, and reliability over sheer autofocus speed. While a rumored 20 frames per second burst rate is certainly impressive for a high-resolution camera, most users in this segment are more concerned with precise focus lock, dependable eye and subject detection, and consistent performance in challenging lighting conditions. In this context, Nikon's emphasis on AI-driven accuracy and refinement could prove more valuable than raw speed alone. Ergonomics and usability also play a crucial role in how a camera is perceived, and one of the most intriguing rumors surrounding the Nikon Z7 III is the inclusion of a 3.2-inch 4-axis tilting touchscreen LCD. This design would represent a welcome upgrade for photographers who frequently shoot at unconventional angles, whether capturing landscapes from ground level, shooting overhead in crowded environments, or working on a tripod in portrait orientation. Compared to fully articulating screens, which some still photographers find cumbersome or less stable, a 4-axis tilting screen offers greater flexibility while maintaining a more streamlined and photography-focused design. It strikes a balance between versatility and practicality, catering to the Z7 III's target audience of detail-focused professionals who value speed and efficiency in the field. Another topic generating debate is memory card support, as different leaks suggest Nikon may opt for dual UHS-II SD card slots rather than faster CF-Express cards. CF-Express offers blazing speeds and is ideal for sports shooters and heavy video workflows, but it also comes with higher costs and less widespread availability. UHS-II SD cards, by contrast, are far more affordable, widely available, and still more than capable of handling high-resolution stills and moderate video workloads. If Nikon is positioning the Z7 III as a more accessible alternative to flagship models like the Z8, prioritizing workflow convenience, affordability, and compatibility makes a great deal of sense, particularly for photographers who already own a collection of SD cards. Taken as a whole, the upcoming Nikon Z7 III is not just another incremental camera update. It represents Nikon's opportunity to reassert itself in the highly competitive high-resolution mirrorless market. If the company delivers on even most of the rumored features, the Z7 III could become a landmark model for still photographers who demand the very best image quality without the added bulk, cost, and complexity of flagship sports-oriented cameras. Timing will be critical, as prolonged delays could tempt loyal users to explore competing systems that already offer strong high-resolution options. For some photographers, the Z7 III will represent an irresistible upgrade that stretches their budgets, but promises long-term value and creative potential, while for others it will feel like a long-overdue answer to years of waiting for a true successor in the Z7 line. Either way, the stakes are high, and with its rumored 67-megapixel sensor, AI-powered autofocus, expanded hybrid video capabilities, advanced stabilization, refined ergonomics, and thoughtful usability improvements, the Nikon Z7 III could emerge as one of the most significant cameras in Nikon's modern lineup. Not merely as a response to competition, but as a bold statement redefining what a high-resolution mirrorless camera can be in 2025 and beyond.